What's cranking, guys? Welcome to today's video. So today it's gonna be quite the topic, that a lot of people ask me in my DMs on Instagram, and it's nothing else but arm training. How I got 18.5 inch arms or 47 centimeters. How did I get them that big, and what worked for me and what works for other people, as well. I'm sorry, guys, there's a lot of mosquitoes, so if I keep doing weird scratching movements, I hope you guys don't really care about that. But without further ado, let's jump right into it. So the first thing, when most of you guys listening, you probably are beginners, So as a beginner, you don't really require like a whole lot of arm training, a lot of accessory work for arms, but most of your arm work is gonna come from compound lifts like bench press, overhead press. Make sure you're doing overhead press standing, because more long head tricep activation, which is definitely great, something that you want, so you don't have to isolate it as much. And stuff like chin-ups, rows, you can count towards the bicep volume, And I mean, as a beginner, you will grow a lot from 5 to 10 sets a week, probably more towards 10, but for most people, unless your genetic freak corresponds like crazy to low volume. So I would say that when you first start training, a lot of guys, they notice with good arm genetics, they notice pretty quickly that their arms are definitely a strong point. And I would say roughly 1 in 4 or 3 people, they have great arm genetics. A lot of guys, unfortunately, they don't train them right, or they don't have the proper nutrition to support the growth, so they just don't get results, And also a lot of them just slack off, so they don't really get anywhere. So make sure you're on point with that first. And honestly, arm training isn't that complex. There is some different exercises that you can do, but there is not a whole lot of them. Personally, over the course of my entire lifetime of training, what I did bicep curls, barbell curls, preacher curls, easy bar curls, hammer curls, and incline curls, and I will break them down in a moment. What I'm currently doing, not the easy bar, not the barbell ones, but the other stuff, the good stuff that I'm currently doing, and why it's important that you do them. So I'll get to that right in a minute. So there is quite a few exercises that you can do, but mostly because most of your work is rowing movements and stuff, or chin-ups. What I recommend, they're not unilateral movements, so you want to use unilateral movements for accessory work. Once you get into the 15 sets per week or 20 sets per week range in terms of volume, it's really gonna be really helpful to start doing unilateral work, because so you don't get uneven development. So that's a pretty big one. So I'm gonna showcase on the screen how I'm doing incline curls. That's pretty straightforward, it's kind of an exercise. It's a unilateral exercise, and I get a good stretch and a good pump and everything doing it, so that's pretty good, that's good for me. And I highly encourage you guys to also try it. So another great exercise is nothing else that I'm doing right now, is nothing else but hammer curls. I will also showcase it. I actually managed to progress on them quite a lot over the years. I remember, I'm not sure how many is that in kilos, but I guess 20 kilos. So it will be around 40 pounds. I would do them in the end of my workout for 3 sets of 8. And that will be it, But right now I do 30 kilos for sets of 8, in the end of my workout, So that's been quite a journey and quite a progress, that I've done. So, and obviously, that something that most people probably already know of my viewers is that your tricep is really important, And that your tricep is 2/3 of your arm, so you shouldn't neglect it. For guys who are doing calisthenics, it becomes quite problematic to train their triceps directly, so they usually have uneven development biceps to triceps, because they do vertical pulling, lots of vertical pulling, and their triceps just don't get as much work, unless they focus a lot on dips, which it can bring out, but lots of peeps, they really need accessory work, more isolation work for triceps to actually grow them properly, So one of the king exercises that I found over the years for the tricep is skull crushers, you know? It works the long head really well. However, it's pretty important that a lot of people, they might experience pain due to doing it, especially in lower rep ranges. So for tricep exercises, like it depends. You can go higher rep ranges, you can go lower, whatever works for you, you know. But if you starting experiencing pain in your elbows, like me for example, for going too deep on the skull crushers, feel free to go on a higher rep range, you know. See if it works for you, see if it gets better, you know. So another thing about beginners is for the bicep training, they don't really need as much like direct bicep work. I mean, there've been studies that show that actually doing chin-ups alone will probably grow as much muscle as you can in your bicep as a beginner, you know. Obviously, as you get more progress, you need actually to start adding in more volume to break homeostasis. So that's kind of important too, you know, that you start training them more direct, adding more direct work to your biceps. So guys, I just wanted to thank you a lot for sticking through with me through this video for those sick bicep tips and whatnot, you know, how I actually grew my arms, you know. And yeah, I will talk to you guys in the next video. More dope stuff to come soon, so stay tuned for that. I'll talk to you guys later.